Junky is a novel that delves into the semi-autobiographical experiences of William S. Burroughs, an American author. Originally published in 1953 under the pseudonym William Lee, the story revolves around a young man's descent into drug addiction, particularly heroin, or junk. This novel holds significant cultural importance as a landmark work of the Beat generation and serves as a poignant testimony in the realm of drug-related literature, sharing similarities with works such as Hunter S. Thompson's Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas and Irvine Welsh's Trainspotting, all providing gritty and realistic portrayals of addiction in the 20th century. The protagonist, William Bill Lee, is a 30-year-old Midwesterner residing in New York City. The narrative begins in 1945 when he experiences his first encounter with injecting morphine. It doesn't take long for Bill to spiral into a full-blown addiction. While he acknowledges his excessive consumption of coffee, he readily admits that heroin is the truly addictive substance. As his dependency intensifies, Bill finds himself navigating the dark underbelly of New York City. Engaging in petty crimes and eventually becoming a small-time dealer, he resorts to such activities to fuel his growing addiction. Unfortunately, his wife and children take a back seat in his life, overshadowed by his drug use and rarely regarded as his primary concerns. The stable elements that once anchored Bill's life, family, steady employment, and respectable relationships, gradually fade away until his existence becomes entirely consumed by illicit characters and the relentless pursuit of more drugs. Bill's path leads him to a group that turns out to be police informants, leading to legal troubles closing in on him. To evade the law, he flees New York City, albeit with a determined attempt to get sober beforehand. Settling in the Brownsville area of Texas, he manages to maintain sobriety for a few months. However, an unforeseen obstacle arises: boredom. Dissatisfied with his new and mundane lifestyle, Bill ventures to New Orleans, where he begins engaging in regular sexual encounters with men. Yet, even this novelty eventually loses its appeal, and within a few months, he succumbs to heroin use once again. Despite traversing a dark path, Bill retains awareness of his actions and their consequences, particularly the loss of humanity one experiences while ensnared in addiction. He recognizes the necessity of enduring the painful process of getting clean, yet struggles to come to terms with it. According to Bill, junk transforms the user into a numb, sexless being devoid of pain, resembling a plant rather than an animal. The excruciating discomfort of withdrawal, he believes, serves as the transition from a painless, timeless state back to a life filled with sexuality, pain, and the constraints of time, a journey from death to life. Immersed in the seedy underbelly of New Orleans, Bill finds the perfect breeding ground for his vices and indulges in the city's abundant debauchery. His life oscillates between petty crimes, drug dealing, and copious amounts of drug use. Unbeknownst to him, the feds have recently targeted New Orleans, leading to a widespread crackdown on drug users, resulting in Bill's arrest. After his release from jail, while awaiting trial, Bill returns to Texas, where he valiantly attempts to control his drug use. However, caught in the grips of a full-blown addiction once again, he cannot completely surrender the habit. As his trial date approaches, the grim likelihood of receiving a long prison sentence looms over him. Unable to face this prospect, Bill flees the country and seeks refuge in Mexico City, where he earnestly strives to regain control over his drug use. For nearly a year, he manages to maintain sobriety, leading a modest life away from the allure of chemical temptation. He spends his days reading newspapers in cafes and keeping a low profile. However, old habits prove difficult to break, and the mundane aspects of sober living begin to wear on him. He reverts to engaging in sexual encounters with men, involving both male prostitutes and other partners. However, none of these experiences compare to the grip that junk has on Bill. He stumbles upon a circle of heroin users, and his addiction resurfaces. Determined to break free from heroin, he makes a solemn promise to quit. However, his initial attempts at sobriety end in failure, prompting him to devise a substitution plan. He replaces junk with heavy drinking and prescription amphetamines, hoping to alleviate the withdrawal symptoms. Unfortunately, this harmful cycle takes a toll on his physical and mental well-being, pushing him to the brink of instability. Over the course of several months, Bill's health gradually improves as he manages to regain control over his excessive drinking and amphetamine use while successfully steering clear of heroin. During this time, a group of friends from New York City arrives in Mexico, and his wife ultimately decides to leave him. Nevertheless, Bill remains undeterred and unfazed by these changes. His attention is captured by rumors of a new drug with extraordinary mind-altering properties, capable of awakening dormant telepathic and mystical abilities in its users. As the novel draws to a close, Bill embarks on a journey to South America, driven by a quest to find this miraculous substance and explore its transformative powers. I hope you enjoyed this video. Leave a like if you did and be sure to subscribe. Thank you.